From WYLN Hazleton, this is WYLN's late edition News at 10 with meteorologist Joe Garbacek, sports with Beth Mensinger, Anchors Lisa Sugar, and L.A. Tyrone. News, weather, sports, features, and more. You're watching WYLN's late edition News at 10.
Good evening and welcome to WYLN's late edition for Monday, August 12, 2013. I'm Lisa Sugart. Tonight, a special lesson in art and culture in Sybertsville, plus how you can get involved in a special event to benefit an area woman battling a terrible disease. In sports, it's the first official day of high school football practice. Beth Mensinger is here with the latest, and meteorologist Joe Garbacek has your work week forecast. But first, late edition's look at tonight's top stories. There is still no cause for a fatal fire in Mountaintop. It broke out late Friday night at this home in the Walden Park development. The fire killed 70-year-old Marianne Nevin and her 2-year-old grandson Jack. They were trapped in the second floor of the home. Luzerne County Coroner Bill Listman says the cause of death was carbon monoxide intoxication. The woman's husband, Thomas, was taken to Lehigh Valley Hospital near Allentown. Neighbors said relatives had been visiting for a planned family reunion this past weekend. Fire crews from 8 departments fought the blaze. A state police fire marshal was on scene today and is expected to be back at the scene tomorrow. DEP says it's finished cleaning up a contaminated site in Albert's Corners, a village in the southern end of Mountaintop, and the land is now for sale. Jason Rasmus has been watching what's been happening.
Well, the issue here was approximately, I guess, maybe 35 years ago. The gas station was closed down and torn down, but there were some tanks that had leached, fuel tanks that had leached into the ground in the surrounding area. DEP came in approximately about 10 years ago, removed those tanks, and including probably, I'm estimating around 100,000 ton of soil that was contaminated, and hauled it off and replaced the soil here.
In the early 90s, we found about 6 or 7 underground storage tanks that had been leaking onto the property, into the groundwater and the soil. And so we started a process. The property had been sold by then, and the new owner hadn't realized the extent of damage or was told about it, so she felt it wasn't her responsibility to clean it up. The DEP undertook the project. And over the course of about 10 years, we removed between 800 and 1,000 tons of soil, cleaned out the groundwater.
And she said there were more problems than expected.
Oh, and in about 2004, we discovered 3 more underground storage tanks of gasoline and diesel that no one knew about. And we had to continue our cleanup process, reassess, and determine how much more gasoline and diesel had leaked out with these additional tanks. And at that point, we changed our site-specific standards to mean that there is some contamination still there, but not enough where it's going to blow off the site or travel too far off the site. There's some groundwater contamination if it's very deep below ground, where it's not going to affect the stream nearby. Everybody's on public water in that area, so it's not going to have any impact on the nearby communities.
We asked what Rasmus hopes eventually will go there.
You know, it's anybody's game. I know it's going to be coming up for sale in the near future. The property owner, I was in discussion with the realtor that's sort of representing the property owner, and we'll see what happens. I mean, it's commercially zoned. It'd be great to, like I said, there's a lot of activity in this area, cleaning up the property over here. We've been cleaning up the wall over here, and the bar owner over here has been doing a nice job keeping things clean. So we'll see what happens.
Now, the gas station in question had been there since at least the 1930s. The pictures you are seeing are courtesy of the Mountaintop Historical Society. There was an accident in Mountaintop this afternoon. It happened on Route 309 north of the intersection with Church Road around 2:30 this afternoon. The male driver was injured and taken to a hospital. So far, details of the accident, including the driver's name, his condition, and the cause of that accident, have not yet been released. A food delivery driver was robbed and beaten with a baseball bat Sunday night in Wilkes-Barre. It happened after 10 o'clock in the 200 block of South Wells Street in the Heights. The 33-year-old driver, who's not been identified, said he was making a food delivery when a man got out of a car and asked him if everything was in the bag. Another man came up behind him and hit him in the head with a baseball bat. The robber stole the bag of food and took off towards Midland Court. Police do not have great descriptions of either assailant. The first robber was described as being about 25 years old, wearing a blue T-shirt and a stretch hat. Police did not release a description of the second robber. And Wilkes-Barre police are investigating a man's report that he was stabbed outside a city bar on Sunday morning. A 31-year-old man says he was leaving Liam's Bar on North Washington Street around 12:40 a.m. when a man approached him and demanded money. He told police he refused, and the man stabbed him in the leg. Police searched the area but were unable to locate the alleged assailant. He's described as 6 feet tall, wearing a white T-shirt, blue jeans, and a black hooded sweatshirt. And city police are also investigating reports that a Parsons bar was robbed early Sunday. That break-in allegedly happened at Great Escape on George Avenue around 4 a.m. Sunday. According to police, a male suspect is believed to have stolen 12 bottles of liquor, 40 packs of cigarettes, spare change, and 2 40-inch flat-screen televisions. In other news tonight, funeral services have been set for a Wilkes-Barre veteran who died over the weekend after a 4-year battle with traumatic brain injury. Petty Officer David Charles Morgan was 38 years old. The GAR graduate was seriously injured while serving with the U.S. Navy in Kuwait during Operation Iraqi Freedom. He and his co-worker, Navy Reserve member Brian Patton of Nanticoke, were on their way to a police call in 2009 when a contractor was in the wrong lane to pass a military convoy and hit their vehicle head-on. Patton was killed. The two had been friends for years and had roomed together as they served as military police officers. Morgan was named Grand Marshal of the Wilkes-Barre St. Patrick's Day Parade this past year and received honorary membership with the City Police Department. He will be buried Wednesday after services at St. Nicholas's Church in Wilkes-Barre. A wake will be held at the church Tuesday afternoon. Authorities have identified a woman who fell to her death at Glenanoco Falls near Jim Thorpe over the weekend. She was 31-year-old Perla Cabral of New York. She was hiking in Lehigh Gorge State Park. The coroner said she was initially responsive when rescuers had reached her, but died on the way down the mountain. Hazleton City Police have another case of copper tubing stolen from a house. This time it's on the northwest side, the 500 block of West 5th Street. That is between Locust and James Streets. Police said it happened sometime between July 4th and Friday. If you saw or heard anything, you are asked to call Luzerne County 911. Well, it is just about 1 month away, but work has started on the latest addition to the September 11th Memorial in Hazleton. It's the idea of the city's fire department. This year, the monument in front of Holy Rosary Church on South Poplar Street is getting a new piece. Tony Colombo has been involved since the start.
We're placing the steel that we got from the World Trade Center after the 9/11 disaster. We're going to dedicate it on September 11th this year. Behind me you can see they have a hole. We're digging a hole. We're going to place it in cement, and it'll be part of our Hazleton Fire Department memorial at Holy Rosary Church.
What we're doing is replacing the steel that was been donated to us by the City of New York, with the New York City Fire Department and the Port Authority. We'll be placing outside our 9/11 monument here in front of Holy Rosary Church on September 11th, 2013 at 7 p.m. this year. We will officially dedicate this piece of steel. It'll be placed here in memory and in honor of all those that lost their lives on that tragic day in our country.
Now, every year the department hosts a memorial commemoration at the monument and a mass at the church for those who died in the terrorist attacks, including the firefighters who died while saving others. There is another effort to shrink the Pennsylvania General Assembly. Right now there are 203 members of the House and 50 senators. In the House, Speaker Sam Smith introduced bills to cut the House to 153 members and the Senate to 38. There's also a Senate bill which would shrink both chambers to a total of 151 House and Senate seats, a 40% reduction. Pennsylvania has the second largest legislature in the country. House and Senate members make a base salary of a little under $84,000 a year. Supporters say the legislature is too big and too expensive. Opponents say shrinking the legislature would hurt the quality of representation. Well, if you are driving through McAdoo, you will notice some new stand-up signs on the street. They just started popping up. There are 7 of them. Officer Bob Minnick says they are reminders.
Officer Homanko he applied for some sort of grant through PennDOT, and they rewarded us with these signs. Like I said, there are 7. There's 4 on Kennedy Drive, there's 1 on East Blaine Street, 1 on West Blaine Street, and there's also 1 on Hancock Street.
He said they're not signs of a new ordinance or anything, but a way to reinforce existing state law.
The yield to pedestrians is already a state law, so a lot of people are calling. I have numerous phone calls already. They want to know what's with the signs, what do they mean, is that a new ordinance? It's not an ordinance. Again, it is a state law. People have an obligation to yield to pedestrians and crosswalks, and we're just trying to spruce up the town a little bit. We're going to have the crosswalks repainted, and that's all it is. So.
Now again, there are 7 of these new signs around town. McAdoo is expected to do other things, like you heard, to project a spruced up image. A research team at the University of Florida says Aristotle was wrong, at least about pain. INN's Patrick Fleming has the details.
The throbbing that you experience in pain comes from the heart.
Or does it? Aristotle made the observation more than 2,000 years ago. Now a team of UF researchers say that may not be true.
It seems that no one else has really tested that assertion out until we did recently.
Dr. Andrew Ahn says the testing was pretty straightforward. He compared people's throbbing pain to their heart rates.
Most people had relatively slow throbbing rates, in the range of about 40 beats per minute or even less. But most people's heart rates are in the physiologic range, which means that they're about 70 or 80.
He took his numbers to UF engineer Mingju Ding for more testing with an EEG machine. That measures brain activity. Both doctors say collaboration was key in the research.
Scientific and the medical problem has become so complex. One discipline usually is not sufficient to tackle the problem completely.
This is an important insight because we now go away from that pain in our foot or in our tooth or in our thumb to where the pain really exists, which is it's a processing experience. Pain is an experience that's processed by the brain.
Patrick Fleming reporting for INN News.
Former MTV Real World San Francisco star Sean Sasser has died after a battle with a rare type of lung cancer. Sasser, who was working as a pastry chef at his restaurant in Washington, D.C., was HIV positive but died of mesothelioma. Sasser was just 44 years old. And finally tonight, if you think you've heard everything, well, listen to this. There's a new TV channel, Dog TV. So if you've ever felt guilty about leaving your dog home alone, don't give it a second thought. Phil Doherty has more.
Well, now canines nationwide have their own TV channel to keep them company. That's right. After a successful test, Mark TV launched this month nationwide on DirecTV. So who exactly is the target demo?
Wherever there's a dog who's home alone, we feel that this is the perfect babysitter.
The creators say they did 3 years of research on dog behavior, watching video surveillance cameras set up in 38 apartments to see what dogs do when they're alone. Dog TV costs $5 a month, and it's also commercial free. Yeah, Dog TV, they tried the same thing with cats too, but the cats just ignored it.
I don't know, our L.A. Tyrone seems very interested in it himself. He wants to get Dog TV, and he doesn't have a dog. That's a look at tonight's top stories. Time now to check out the weather forecast for your work week. Meteorologist Joe Garbacik, who does have a dog, is outside in the Bedrock Gardens Weather Center. And Joe, you even brought Miss Daisy in tonight.
That's right. She's a teacup Chihuahua. She's actually 8 years old and slightly over 3 pounds, and I think maybe she'd like to star in that TV show dealing with dogs. Well, I'll tell you what, it definitely is a nice night out here in the backyard as I speak. It's cool, it's comfortable, no rain to talk about across our immediate viewing area, but we have some rain that's going to be heading in our direction. Let's go back in time, though. Back in 1933, Death Valley, California. It shouldn't surprise you. That's a very hot spot. They were dealing with temperatures at 127 degrees. Will we see any type of heat anytime soon? I'll let you know with the complete 7-day forecast coming up next.
Hey everyone, want some close-to-home fun? Join the Keystone Active Zone Passport program to create your own backyard adventure exploring trails and events. It's fun, easy, and it's free. This year's Passport has more than 30 stops. Enjoy Riverfest in Wilkes-Barre and Pittston. Explore the Delaware and Lehigh National Heritage Corridor and more. Register at kazpassport.org. Visit as many stops as you want. Each stop has a question. Find the answers and log them in on the website. Start exploring today.
Heritage SureSave, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. Come see for yourself. They have the freshest selection of meats, cheese, and produce. Baked goods made fresh on premises. They have an in-store butcher who is happy to accommodate your special orders. Be sure to stop in and check out their unadvertised specials. You'll find them throughout the store. See their flyer for weekly specials. Heritage SureSave, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. This week at Heritage, don't miss their 3-day meat sale starting Wednesday and ending Friday. Stock up and save.
WILN TV 35, first in live sports.
Hi, I'm Ron Jaworski. For the best in local TV sports, watch WILN TV 35.
WILN TV 35 has it covered.
Hi, my name is Vince Papelli. I'm a former Philadelphia Eagle wide receiver and special teams guy, and for local sports coverage, I watch only WILN 35.
High school football starts August 30th on WILN TV.
Yesterday officially ended the dog days of summer, so I thought today I would bring along little Daisy, which I said is a teacup chihuahua. You've seen her over the years grow, and you still wouldn't think that she's actually 8 years old, slightly over 3 pounds, and that's as big as she gets, and she doesn't have a lot to say. She's fairly quiet and very tranquil, and I think she's enjoying herself here today at the TV station. All right, taking a look at our live 35 Skycast Doppler, you could see for yourself that there's really nothing going on. There's a couple of sprinkles here and there you can see indicated by this little green spot, but other than that, there's just not much going on across our viewing area. Our live Lehigh Tire conditions outside our station in Hazleton, 68 degrees, pressure coming in at 29.91 inches of mercury, and we have gotten through the day completely dry without seeing any measurable rainfall. Our Robert Stevens Face and Body Almanac page for the day. 80 and 62 to split in temperatures. 81 and 60 are the averages. 96 and 48. The record high and low, they still stand. 612, 806, sunrise and sunset for tomorrow. So we woke up this morning, generally temperatures in the upper 50s, lower 60s, and high temperatures today, generally in the 70s, and some locations managing to make it up into the lower 80s. Temperatures across our area right now, 69 in Shenandoah. It is 72 degrees in Berwick, 72 in Bloomsburg, 71 in Monomoy City, and 72 degrees in Danville. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. And again, not a whole lot going on across the Northeast right now. A few lingering light showers and sprinkles across parts of the state. You can see some more widespread activity, some showers and storms out in the Ohio Valley region. Before all is said and done, we're going to be dealing with some showers and thunderstorms in our forecast, especially heading into the daytime hours of tomorrow. Skycast precipitation and clouds brings in those clouds through tonight, brings in the showers. A couple of thunderstorms definitely cannot be ruled out. Heading into tomorrow, some leftover showers for tomorrow night. And then it paves the way for a nice-looking Wednesday, a nice-looking Thursday, a nice-looking Friday, and overall, I think as we head into this weekend, not looking too bad either. Tonight, generally dropping down into the 60s. Tomorrow, we're in the 70s. Some locations will be near 80 degrees. And tomorrow night, generally dropping down into the 50s for most of our viewing area. And by the noontime hour on Wednesday, temperatures generally in the 60s to near 70 degrees. So another front's going to be coming through, bringing in some of those showers and storms. Behind it, it's going to bring in even less humid air. Tonight, humidity level slightly higher than earlier, but still not overall impressive. In fact, it's tolerable when you walk outside, even now as I speak. So again, statewide, 70s to near 80 degrees for tomorrow. Some showers, some thunderstorms in our forecast. And speaking of the forecast, a 7-day extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys, a division of Arc Electric. Here's what we can expect over the next couple of days. In the 70s for tomorrow, and then it gets a little bit cooler for Wednesday. Plenty of sunshine Thursday and Friday in the lower 70s, Saturday 74, pleasant for Sunday, and maybe as we go into Monday, we may have to deal with some more showers. Our evening Pennsylvania lottery numbers, the daily 289, the big 40470. Quinto numbers looking like this: 92706, cash 5, 10, 17, 27, 37, and 43. Lisa, back to you.
Thanks, Joe. Boy, Daisy's well behaved. Coming up, a special lesson in art and culture from a United Nations art ambassador. That story and much more still ahead on Late Edition.
All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Tamaqua, PA is a 3-generation family-owned and operated dealership entering their 33rd year of business and continues to uphold the family philosophy that every customer should be treated as part of the family. Stop in and let them show you how they honor these values. You'll meet a family member in every department, from finding your new car in sales to low interest rates and financing and extending your vehicle's life and service.
Give us the opportunity to show you. We're big enough to serve you, but small enough to know you.
When it comes to the wire guys, you are going to have an amazing experience. And if it means giving you back your money, plus, I'm going to do it. We guarantee everything. 112% money back guarantee. Labor and material guaranteed for a year. So you don't really need to worry about it. You're going to walk up to the wall, throw the switch, put your power cords in, the outlets, and everything is the way it's supposed to be. Call me. Your time is valuable. If we're late, you get paid.
For all your projects, large and small, Bedrock Gardens has it all. They are fully stocked and ready to fill your order. Rubber mulch and rubber curbing to match. Lots of color choices to pick from. Wall stone, natural stone, full pallets ready to go. Their bins are full with rich colored quality mulch that will look wonderful all season long. Finish off your fabulous outdoor space with their quality patio furniture and easy to assemble fire pits. Everything you need for your summer projects. Delivery available, or just stop by and they will load you up. Bedrock Gardens, locally owned and operated. Call today.
Managing risk is more than just buying an insurance policy. At Dreyfus, our approach is different. We have 25 risk management professionals who have the tools and experience to help our clients avoid and survive unexpected events. We can help you with risk transfer, OSHA requirements, safe workplace, cybersecurity, and claims management. All of these go well beyond an insurance policy. We're also independent, so we can access dozens of insurance carriers like Grange Insurance, who can insure your auto, home, business, and life. Dreyfus Insurance since 1901 and Grange Insurance since 1935. We're committed to helping you manage risk.
Enjoy the great outdoors at the Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range's Trap, Skeet, and Sporting Clays course. No waiting and no lines. First time shooting? Whitetail Preserve employs certified instructors to help you get the most out of your experience. Hungry? The restaurant at Whitetail has a great menu to satisfy and offers catering for all occasions. Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, approximately 13 miles west of Hazleton and just 1 hour from Allentown, Reading, and the Delaware Water Gap. 118 Boulevard Road, just off the Rockland Road near Rockland. 384-2314.
WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the children's programming report is on file for public inspection at WYLN, 1057 East 10th Street, Hazleton, PA, during normal business hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday.
Welcome back. A very special treat today for a group of young aspiring artists in our area.
It was a very special lesson in art and culture, as a large group of budding artists enjoyed a special workshop at the Cedar Grove one-room schoolhouse located on the site of the historic Brainerd Church in Sybertsville. The featured guest, internationally known artist and United Nations art ambassador Ibayinka Alao, who presented this once-in-a-lifetime experience for children of all ages.
Today, it's a joy of mine to be here because starting with the children is a very good thing. The children are the future that we have, and by teaching them about the culture, even though I'm not from this part of the world, I'm from Africa, but by teaching them a little bit of the African culture, so they would cherish the value of keeping their own culture, exercising their own culture, doing those practices about respecting the elders and other things like that. So that's one of the joys of being here today.
This hands-on lesson also featured what Ibiyinka called a drum circle.
In West Africa, we describe art to be frozen music, so that anytime we have a visual interpretation of art, then there's also what flows, the music. And if art is frozen music, writing is the vapor of art. So I'm going to tell them some stories. I will show them some of the artwork, tell them some stories that border on character, education, and then we'll try to put music into it. I'll teach them a song that has to do with patience and being kind to one another. So we'll all sing it together, drum together, and then we'll have a big drum circle afterwards.
This special presentation was arranged by Allison Maisie to help put the focus on both art and this historic location right here in the Cunningham Valley.
I really wanted to do something to help this, the church and the schoolhouse. It's just a very wonderful place, and they need help, they need donations, and I'm friends with Ibiyinka, and he does these wonderful workshops, and I thought that it would be a great connection to have him come here and do a workshop and draw people to these beautiful buildings and make people aware they're here.
Patty Cavanis of nearby Cunningham came to the workshop with her daughter. She was pleased to be able to experience this wonderful lesson in culture so very close to home.
Without a doubt, this is great to learn different cultures and see things that right in your backyard you don't always get to see every day. So, yes, definitely.
If you would like to learn more about the UN ambassador's stay in our area, he will be joining us live on Topic A Live at 5 tomorrow with L.A. Tyrone. So be sure to tune in and learn more about his work in achieving peace through creativity and expression.
Nice program today in Cybertsville. When we come back, Beth is in and she's talking football. It's that time of the year. We'll be right back.
Making your house a home. Visit us for the lowest prices on furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. This month, save 50% on Sealy mattresses or save up to $100 on select Lazy Boy furniture. And ask about our interest-free financing plans. Shop GrandCentral.com or visit us on Vine Street in Hazleton or Route 93 in Hazel Township.
Everybody shops Grand Central, making your house a home.
Hi, I'm Liz Tolan. I'd like to invite you to the first annual COPS event. It's taking place on September 21st right here at the Butler Township Community Center. This event, brought to you by WYLN 35 in Hazleton, the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance, and other area sponsors, will consist of a 5K run, 5K walk, kids fun run, open air concert, free cookout for the community, crafters, tricky treats, and so much more. Proceeds from this event will go to benefit 4 area police departments. When you call these men and the men and women they serve with, they're going to be there for you. Won't you take one day out of your busy schedule and be there for them?
What in the... Tom, it is 2 a.m.
You know, I just love this on-demand thing. Tons of extra choices, pause, rewind.
You are always here watching my on-demand. Why don't you just get rid of your dish and get digital cable yourself?
You know, I'd love to. But I still have 7 months left on my contract.
Service Electric Digital Cable with On-Demand. The best TV in the neighborhood.
Go hog wild for Iron Pigs Baseball. WYLN is televising the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs Live, America's favorite pastime on your local network, WYLN TV 35. See the Major League Stars of tomorrow at Coca-Cola Park. Don't miss any of the games here on WYLN TV 35. Visit WYLNTV.com for a complete Iron Pig schedule. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs on WYLN, your home for live sports.
Hi,
High school football is back as today is the first official day of practice. But before the 2 days started, the Hazleton area Cougars got together last night for their preseason media day at Harmon Guy Stadium. Safe to say last year's Cougar team left much to be desired, winning only one game against Williamsport, but with 27 seniors returning under head coach Jim Drumhiller, each remembering last year's down season, you can bet they'll be ready to fight harder starting August 30th. It's no secret the Wyoming Valley Conference is jam-packed with triple and quad A powerhouses like Berwick and Wyoming Valley West. But one thing Hazleton area may have over all the others, over 24 experienced seniors.
You know, we do have quite a bit. This is one of our larger classes of seniors. We're probably going to have 27 seniors on the field tomorrow morning, which is outstanding. And what they're bringing is just experience from the past couple years, but they're bringing great leadership to the program.
Our senior class is probably the closest class that probably has ever played, in my opinion. We're like brothers. Every single one of us are like brothers. We have so much chemistry this year, and we're just real close this year.
During the Cougars Media Day, you could tell the players are loose and comfortable with each other, to say the least. But they are also ready to let it all out on the gridiron. Nick George, a senior running back and linebacker, played it pretty cool about his thoughts on the upcoming 2013 season.
I think we'll be just fine. I have no comments to make about how good we are, but I know we'll just be fine. I don't want to jinx ourselves because I think that's what happened last year, but I think we'll be fine.
Senior A.J. Gasser said having last year's experience was not a bad thing. It's just something that lights a bigger fire under the Cougars of 2013.
A lot of leadership and experience. Hopefully we work together all off season and we can put it together and get some wins this year.
So how does Coach Drumhiller think they'll match up to those other guys in the Wyoming Valley Conference?
You have Coach Curry over at Berwick, who's doing a great job, and they're loaded and they're as solid as ever. And Valley West has a competitive group with a lot of experience coming back. But we can't look past our opener, which is Scranton, and they have an all-state running back in McCarthy. So they lost a lot of seniors last year, but they still have some big weapons.
And you can catch that matchup between Hazleton area and Scranton on August 30th as they kick off Friday Night Football for us at WYLN. Our sports crew will be there on the sidelines at Harmon Guy, bringing you nearly every Cougar game, so make sure you mark your calendar. And from the Wyoming Valley Conference to the Anthracite Football League, the 2013 AFL Coaches Preseason Poll was recently released, with Schuylkill Haven sitting at number 1. But right after the Hurricanes, it is the North Schuylkill Spartans at 2. Reigning Anthracite League champion Tamaqua Blue Raiders, they were vote 3, with Marion Catholic, Mahanoy Area, and Shenandoah Valley rounding out the top 6. Lastly, the Jim Thorpe Olympians, Panther Valley, and the Batlin Miners coming in at 7th, 8th, and 9th, respectively, in the AFL. I'll be back with more sports in a few minutes. Stay tuned. Lisa is back on the desk next.
Bottleneck Saloon and Eatery, now open on the Square in Wilkes-Barre. Stop by to see us for lunch to break up and brighten up your day. Or get it to go. Our lunch menu ranges from light to all right, with signature salads, saloon-style sandwiches, crunchy rings, Nipa's best wings, and draft drinks to power you through the afternoon. After work, we're there to help you unwind with friends. Put little bottlenecks in your day. Bottleneck Saloon and Eatery, now on the Square. See you there.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, a very interesting show on car accidents, how they affect the spine, how the injuries take place, and what chiropractic care can do to get you well. It's coming up this week. Join us.
Recapping tonight's top stories, there is still no cause for a fatal fire in Mountaintop. It broke out late Friday night at this home in the Walden Park development. The fire killed 70-year-old Marianne Nevin and her 2-year-old grandson Jack. They were trapped in the second floor of the home. Luzerne County Coroner Bill Listman says the cause of death was carbon monoxide intoxication. The woman's husband, Thomas, was taken to Lehigh Valley Hospital near Allentown. Neighbors say relatives had been visiting for a planned family reunion this past weekend. Fire crews from 8 departments fought that blaze. A state police fire marshal was on scene today and is expected to be back at the house again tomorrow. DEP says it's finished cleaning up a contaminated site in Albert's Corners, a village in the southern end of Mountaintop. And the land is now for sale. Jason Rasmus has been watching what's been happening.
Well, the issue here was approximately, I guess, maybe 35 years ago, the gas station was closed down and torn down, but there were some tanks that had leached, fuel tanks that had leached into the ground and the surrounding area. DEP came in approximately about 10 years ago, removed those tanks, and including probably, I'm estimating around 100,000 ton of soil that was contaminated, and hauled it off and replaced the soil here.
In the early 90s, we found about 6 or 7 underground storage tanks that had been leaking onto the property, into the groundwater and the soil. And so we started a process. The property had been sold by then, and the new owner hadn't realized the extent of damage or was told about it, so she felt it wasn't her responsibility to clean it up. The DEP undertook the project. And over the course of about 10 years, we removed between 800 and 1,000 tons of soil, cleaned out the groundwater.
And there were more problems than expected.
And then about 2004, we discovered 3 more underground storage tanks of gasoline and diesel that no one knew about. And we had to continue our cleanup process, reassess, and determine how much more gasoline and diesel had leaked out with these additional tanks. And at that point, we changed our site-specific standards to mean that there is some contamination still there, but not enough where it's going to blow off the site or travel too far off the site. There's some groundwater contamination if it's very deep below ground, or it's not going to affect the stream nearby. Everybody's on public water in that area, so it's not going to have any impact on the nearby communities.
What does Rasmus hope eventually goes there?
You know, it's anybody's game. I know it's going to be coming up for sale in the near future. The property owner, I was in discussion with the realtor that's sort of representing the property owner, and we'll see what happens. I mean, it's commercially zoned. It would be great to, like I said, there's a lot of been activity in this area, cleaning up the property over here. We've been cleaning up the wall over here, and the bar owner over here has been doing a nice job keeping things clean. So we'll see what happens.
The gas station in question had been there since at least the 1930s. The pictures are courtesy of the Mountaintop Historical Society. There was an accident in Mountaintop this afternoon. It happened on Route 309 north of the intersection with Church Road around 2:30 this afternoon. The male driver was injured and taken to a hospital. So far, details of the accident, including the driver's name, his condition, and cause for that accident, have not yet been released. A food delivery driver was robbed and beaten with a baseball bat Sunday night in Wilkes-Barre. It happened after 10 o'clock in the 200 block of South Wells Street in the Heights. The 33-year-old driver, who's not been identified, said he was making a food delivery when a man got out of a car and asked him if everything was in the bag. Another man came up behind him and hit him in the head with a baseball bat. The robber stole a bag of food and took off toward Midland Court. Police do not have great descriptions of either assailant. The first robber described as being about 25 years old, wearing a blue T-shirt and a stretch hat. Police did not release a description of the second robber. And Wilkes-Barre police are investigating a man's report that he was stabbed outside a city bar on Sunday morning. A 31-year-old man says he was leaving Liam's Bar on North Washington Street around 12:40 a.m. when a man approached him and demanded money. He told police he refused, and the man stabbed him in the leg. Police searched the area but were unable to locate the alleged assailant. He's described as 6 feet tall, wearing a white T-shirt, blue jeans, and a black hooded sweatshirt. And that is a look at tonight's Top Story Recap. When we come back, L.A. Tyrone will tell us about a special motorcycle run for a very good cause, and Beth is back in with the second half of sports.
And it's very comfortable here in the backyard as I speak. No rain to talk about, but those clouds are on the increase. Now, you may have heard about those Perseid meteor showers. Maybe you caught a couple of them with your eye over the last couple of nights. Tonight, though, we're going to have overcast skies. We're not going to see it. But what exactly is a meteor? Here's a look at the graphic, and you can see all it is an ice, rock, or dust particle that basically burns as it enters the Earth's atmosphere. And it may be from a comet, asteroid, or planet. And take a look at how tiny it is, 10 microns, or you can see how small it is in terms of just an itty bitty bitty part of an inch. We'll talk about the 7-day forecast coming up.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi Electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Welcome to Robert Stevens Face and Body, Hazelton's complete skincare center. Here, our licensed specialists will consult with you to discuss your skincare needs, rejuvenate you with our special facial treatments, and apply gentle, relaxing massages to melt your tension away, using all state-of-the-art technical treatments and superior skin products. So call today and let the transformation begin at Robert Stevens Face and Body, 788-7546.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer, dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Off the Beaten Path. New episodes coming soon, only on WYLN.
Welcome back. Well, it's a motorcycle run for a very good cause. And today our L.A. Tyrone talked with organizers from the American Legion Riders about this special event.
We're joined by 2 members of the American Legion Riders, not writers, riders, R-I-D-E-R-S, as in motorcycle raiders. Robbie Mahalik, who's an old friend, and Tony Cameron. Gentlemen, good afternoon. I appreciate you both being here this afternoon.
Having us, Emily. Thank you.
What's you got something coming up on Sunday? Tell us about it.
Correct. This Sunday, August the 18th, we're having our annual Emilio Ranieri Memorial Motorcycle Run, and every year we gear it towards supporting somebody locally who's trouble with some diseases or affliction or low times in their life. And this year, the event is going to benefit the Post 473 commander, Gerald Gaffney's daughter, Chrissy, young woman who is a mother of 3, loving wife, and she's going through some very bad times right now, battling cancer. She's been diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia as well as breast cancer, and both of these afflictions has left her legally blind, in addition to all those troubles that she started with. So definitely a troublesome and traumatic thing for their family. And every year, again, people come forward and look to the riders for some sort of support for as part of the annual run. And again, that's going to kick off this coming Sunday, leaving from the post home in Freeland. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a pretty decent ride. Hopefully, as Mr. Gorbachev indicated, it'll be a decent weekend for it.
Yeah.
That should be all right for us. It'll take us up through the areas of New Angola, out through Wapwallopen and so forth, and then eventually ending back at the post home in Freeland, where there'll be entertainment and things for people to enjoy there.
How much do you have a figure in mind? How much you hope to raise?
We
take as much. Whatever comes in, I mean, we hope for the best. Like I said, the weather has a lot to do with it. Whether there is a bunch of other things going on the same day.
Right.
And so that's the thing. This is our 8th annual. The 7 years before this, we did real well. Sometimes for adults, sometimes for kids, just depending in the area who needs help. And also that same day, they're going to put on a bake sale starting at 8:30 in the morning till sold out.
Where's that?
Right at the Legion.
The American Legion. This is on Center Street in Freeland.
Correct. And the ride times start at 10 to noon. Kickstands up at noon and do the ride, and then come back for the refreshments and entertainment, and we're going to have Pocono Leather there.
And you mentioned before about, is it open to organizations? And it's for the motorcycle enthusiasts. And if you've ever been privy to them, and I know you have, I mean, I know you've reported some of them, and your station has been in hundreds and hundreds of bikes are involved in many of them. And it's a great thing. And you know, sometimes people will say, oh, the person on a motorcycle, the biker. You know, but it is. We're bikers, but we're not the bikers that people might see personified or, you know, on TV or given a bad
Nobody's the
rap.
Hells Angels or the pagans, in other words, is what you're saying.
If they want to ride with us, they're welcome to.
No, but
You've got good people in their organizations that do things for good. There's always a bunch of ones that are a little rowdy, but other than that, I mean, you know, everybody's welcome.
The bottom line is, anytime there's somebody in need, just look at everything that takes place in the events. You can ask a biker or a biker organization, and they're there to help. They're not afraid to dig in their pocket.
There's no question that every summer, as you mentioned, Robbie, we cover a number of these events that are put on by motorcycle organizations, and some of them are the strongest supporters of veterans outside of actual veterans organizations that you would ever find. And yeah, I guess there still is that connotation, although I don't know that it's as strong as Easy Riders a long time ago. So yeah.
Yeah, we're more like the Wild Hogs.
All right, gentlemen, the specifics again.
Sunday, August the 18th, registration from 10 a.m. to noon at the Freeland Post Home on Center Street, the 500 block directly across from Videomania. Come out early, register. There'll be refreshments there during registration period. We'll have a little, some sort of a little presentation and a little dedication beforehand, and a blessing for the bikers. We'll be off and running, and come back and enjoy a good time at the Legion.
And the route will take you
through to the New and Goal area, Wallop and Nescapac thing, out in that area, and back to Freeland.
All right. All right, gentlemen, thank you very much for coming in. Good luck. Good luck. Hope you get a lot of bikes and cars.
Yeah.
We welcome everybody.
All right.
All right, LA, great interview. We hope a lot of people turn out on Sunday in Freeland to help out Chrissy Gaffney. And Chrissy, we're rooting for you so that we hope that you can overcome this terrible disease. When we come back, Beth is in with more sports, and Joe will recap the forecast. Stay with us.
All Care Home Care, the health care that you need in the comfort and privacy of your own home.
At All Care Home Care, our caring and compassionate staff of skilled nurses, occupational, speech, physical therapists, dietitian, social worker, and home health aides will give you the professional care you need. Call 459-3002.
With All Care Home Care, you will feel so much better and be able to do so much more.
Remember, it's still your choice. For your care, call us and we'll be there.
The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated at 542 North Wyoming Street in Hazleton, serving the greater Hazleton area since 1890 and still family owned and operated, offers convenient parking, handicapped accessibility, seating for over 150 people, casket, cremation product showrooms to accommodate traditional, cremation, and pre-planned funerals. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated, 570-454-3341.
Managing risk is more than just buying an insurance policy. At Dreyfus, our approach is different. We have 25 risk management professionals who have the tools and experience to help our clients avoid and survive unexpected events. We can help you with risk transfer, OSHA requirements, safe workplace, cybersecurity, and claims management. All of these go well beyond an insurance policy. We're also independent, so we can access dozens of insurance carriers like Grange Insurance, who can insure your auto, home, business, and life. Dreyfus Insurance since 1901 and Grange Insurance since 1935. We're committed to helping you manage risk.
Weatherwood is a privately owned 200-bed nursing and rehabilitation center. Nestled within the quiet town of Weatherly, PA, we offer our residents and their families tranquil and scenic views from just about anywhere in the building. We are located within minutes of Hazleton General Hospital, as well as major metropolitan medical and trauma centers in the Lehigh Valley. Whispering Meadows is a 50-bed secured dementia unit within our facility. Whether you need short-term, long-term, or respite stay, call or stop by today for a tour.
Enjoy the great outdoors at the Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range's Trap, Skeet, and Sporting Clays course. No waiting and no lines. First time shooting? Whitetail Preserve employs certified instructors to help you get the most out of your experience. Hungry? The restaurant at Whitetail has a great menu to satisfy and offers catering for all occasions. Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, approximately 13 miles west of Hazleton and just 1 hour from Allentown, Reading, and the Delaware Water Gap. 118 Boulevard Road, just off the Rockland Road near Rockland. 384-2314. WYLN, your first choice for locally produced shows like Chef Lou, Jen-tastic Sweets, Off the Beaten Path, The Storm, and more. Find out how you can stretch your advertising dollars and be a part of the WYLN TV lineup. Call 570-459-1869, extension 1302. WYLN, we're your local network.
The 76ers have a new head coach. Today, the club hired Brett Brown, longtime San Antonio Spurs assistant. Brown is the team's 8th head coach since Larry Brown resigned after the 2002-2003 season. Brown takes over a team that finished 34-48 this past year. Brett Brown joined the Spurs in 2002 as an assistant coach/director of player development. He moved to the bench as an assistant coach before the 2006-2007 season. The Brooklyn Nets will retire Jason Kidd's number 5 this season. Kidd's resume includes Rookie of the Year, 10-time NBA All-Star, 5-time All-NBA First Team, and this coming season, he's the head coach. The Nets have retired 6 numbers previously. The Detroit Pistons are interested in free agent center Jason Collins. Several sources say that while no formal offer has been made, Detroit has started talking to his agent. Collins is a backup center. In April, he became the first openly gay athlete in North America's 4 traditional major sports leagues. The 34-year-old appeared in 38 games last season with the Celtics and Washington, averaging less than 2 points and 2 rebounds in 10.1 minutes per game. Penn State merchandise isn't as popular as it used to be. A new listing from Collegiate Licensing Company, whose clients include most major schools. Penn State is the 19th most popular merchandise line. That's down from 12th last year and 10th the year before. For the 8th straight year, the University of Texas collected the most royalties of any college or university. Notre Dame is ranked number 3. The Collegiate Licensing Company represents all major schools except Ohio State, Michigan State, and the University of Southern California and Oregon. The San Francisco Giants have apologized to the Baltimore Orioles after a fan threw a banana peel at outfielder Adam Jones Sunday at AT&T Park. The Giants reviewed the video footage in an attempt to find out who did it, but they were unable to pinpoint who it was. And Albert Pujols is planning to sue former Cardinal and temporary radio commentator Jack Clark. Clark accused Pujols of taking performance-enhancing drugs on his radio show on WGNU 920 AM in St. Louis. It was just the 7th show Clark did there, and it was his last. He was fired on Saturday. Clark claimed a trainer told him Pujols had done PEDs during his time with the Cardinals, which Pujols vehemently denies. Pujols says he's suing, but didn't say what he'd be looking for in that suit. Now let's head over to tonight's national scoreboard. First up in the International League, Dave Brundage's Iron Pigs fall 5-4 to his former Gwinnett Braves. In Major League Baseball, the A's win 5-1 over the Blue Jays. Yu Darvish nearly throws a no-no. He strikes out 15. In the Rangers' 2-1 win over the Astros, the White Sox win 6-2 over the Tigers. The Hot Royals, they are up 5-2 in the 7th, and the Twins shut out the Tribe 3-0. Yankees over the Angels 2-1. Curtis Granderson going long for the Bombers in the 7th. Phillies and Braves game pushed back nearly 2 hours due to rain. The Titans with the 4-0 lead in the 6th after Cody Ashley just rocked a free-run shot. Reds win 2-0. Padres trail the Rockies 5-0 in the 5th. The Orioles and the D-backs are tied at 2 in the 3rd, and the Mets have the 2-0 lead on the Los Angeles Dodgers. That one is in the top of the 2nd inning. Stick around. Joe and Daisy are coming back after the break.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
Everybody shops Grand Central, making your house a home.
Visit us for the lowest prices on furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. This month, save 50% on Sealy mattresses or save up to $100 on select Lazy Boy furniture. And ask about our interest-free financing plans. Shop GrandCentral.com or visit us on Vine Street in Hazleton or Route 93 in Hazel Township.
Everybody shops Grand Central, making your house a home.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer, dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, and outside grill and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Hello, I'm Tiffany Cloud. There's a difference between reading the Constitution and understanding it. Until around 5 years ago, Attorney Joe Wolverton was a practicing constitutional attorney. And for the last 9 years, he's been a featured contributor to New American Magazine. He's a true national authority on the Constitution of the United States. And join me for this very special series with Attorney Joe Wolverton on Storm Politics, only on WYLN TV.
As I said before at the top of the hour, dog days of summer are officially gone, and we really are not going to see any type of heat anytime soon. In fact, a lot of the days temperatures still look like they're going to remain below where we should be for this time of year. Our Live 35 Skycast Doppler statewide, not a whole lot going on, little in fact. It is fairly quiet, but that's going to change as we head into the daytime hours of tomorrow. Now, last a couple of nights, you may have seen some meteors out there. The Perseid meteor shower has been in full focus, if you will, in the atmosphere. But tonight, if you're trying to look for any of it, poor viewing conditions with those clouds continuing to be on the increase. Our live Lehigh Tire conditions outside our station in Hazleton, 67 degrees, pressure coming in at 29.92 inches of mercury, and we have been dry since the midnight hour. It is now 73 at the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport, 66 in Mount Pocono, 68 in Williamsport, 67 in Selinsgrove, and 67 in State College. Up in the Wyoming Valley area, temperatures still holding in the 70s, winds continuing to be relatively light. Satellites and radar, you see those clouds on the increase, but really no precipitation falling. There were some light showers, especially out in the northern parts of Pennsylvania, but they have since dissipated. Now, as we head through the overnight hours and tomorrow, we're going to be looking at some showers, possibility of a thunderstorm or two around going into tomorrow, and then those showers will start to end by tomorrow evening, and that paves the way for a nice-looking Wednesday, a nice-looking Thursday, a nice-looking Friday, and even as we head into this upcoming weekend, it is looking like the weather will be stunning. We have another front coming through, a cold front, and that's going to trigger the showers and storms for tomorrow. And then as that front passes, it brings in even less humid air, so it's going to be even much more comfortable by the middle of the week, ending part of the week, and as we head into this upcoming weekend. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys, a division of Arc Electric. Here's what we can expect over the next several days. Not actually looking too bad. 72 as we head into tomorrow, and then in the 60s, a little bit cooler as we go into our Wednesday, and then after that, temperatures generally holding in the 70s. This time of year, we should be averaging near 80, so again, we're going to be looking at below average temperatures, but it'll stay dry right through the next several days, and even as we go into this upcoming weekend, it will be dry and some showers around for Monday of next week. So Daisy gets her premiere. Don't turn your back on the audience.
Daisy, you haven't been here for a while. We missed you.
Yep, that's as big as she gets, just like that. She's actually 8 years old. And like I said, she's a little bit over 3 pounds.
She looks the same as she did when she was a little puppy.
Teacup Chihuahua.
She's cute.
And she's very quiet. She has a very good disposition.
Girl. Yes.
She doesn't say a whole lot, except when she hears people that shouldn't be around. Then she gets loud.
Well, as any good guard dog would do.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And I hear that, we're going to try to create our own version of Dog TV starring Daisy, and then I'll bring in my two. And whoop.
Oh, she knows. Nope, she's okay.
We don't want anything to happen. Daisy, don't do anything drastic. Does she help you make the forecast?
Oh,
Does she
yeah,
give you any
she's my site.
predictions?
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does. She helps.
Daisy, what's the signal for sunshine? Do you give us a high five or something, or?
I don't know if she'll do this, because I don't know. Can you sit? Can you sit? You're on TV now. You can sit. Sit. Come on, sit. You do it all the time. Sit. Come on, sit.
The pressure,
Go ahead.
the poor little girl.
Can you speak? She's not going to speak. She's
Hi,
not going to do
sweetie.
any of that now.
Aw,
She knows
she's
there's too much pressure on her.
Hey, sweetie. Hey. What a cutie.
She's very good. She'll, like I said, she'll speak on command. She knows, if I tell her not to
She
eat
can
any
take
food,
over
she won't.
for
She'll
the
stay.
news.
Yeah.
You want to take over my
She
job
could
there?
anchor on her dog TV news.
There you go. Future star.
I think so.
Probably
do
got
all
great
right.
reviews on Daisy tonight. If you like Daisy and want to see more of her, let us know. Have a great night, everybody.